let's make maple glazed pork chops and garlic smashed potatoes with, let's go with a little bit of corn. So let's go and get started. All right, so we're gonna make our maple glazed pork chops. Let's turn on our burner, about medium heat, and we're gonna sprinkle about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil onto our fry pan to help our pork chops not stick. And we're gonna fit in there 2 pork chops. Mine are very large, so I fit 2 on there. You could probably even fit 3 if yours are a little bit smaller. So you get them all situated in there, sprinkle salt and pepper to your liking. Then go ahead and just flip them. I like to get salt and pepper on both sides and then fit them together on a puzzle piece so you can get as much of the surface area on the pan, because we want to brown it down. I would brown them probably for about 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes on each side. It just kind of depends on how thick the pork chops are. And again, remember to season both sides with the amount of salt and pepper you like. And you can see my cleanup crew down there in the bottom corner. She's very good at helping me make dinner. So we'll have that frying up. So while that's doing its thing, go ahead and get going on the glaze. We're gonna make the maple glaze from scratch, and that's gonna be really good. I think you'll enjoy it. And I wanted to thank you guys for joining me while I'm making this. Please leave any comments below of any kind of recipes that you'd like to see. I'd be interested to know what you guys want to make next or later down the line. All right, like I said, we're going to mix our maple glaze. I'm going to get all our ingredients together, just a little bowl. Nothing big, nothing fancy. And I use real maple syrup for this, about 1/2 cup. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. So pour that into the little bowl. And I like to make sure that I get all that in there. And a little bit of mustard, 1 tablespoon. I tend not to measure so much. It's more by eye. It's not going to hurt if you use a little bit more, a little bit less. You know, don't stress out about the amounts of anything. Just enjoy the process and go with it. So this recipe, I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic. I just like to cut the ends off and peel the outside to put it in my garlic press. It's just what I like to do. You can also chop it by hand. Both works great. Just get it, get it as minced as possible. And you're gonna mix all that in there along with 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, which you don't have to use, that's up to you, but I do like to add a little bit of that, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika. And that's about it. This is a pretty simple glaze. And give that a good stir around with your whisk. Make sure all the ingredients are all nice and mixed together. All right, now everything's all mixed together. We're going to flip our pork chops over so we can get the other side browned down. And I probably should have put a little bit more olive oil on there, so learn from me. Put a little bit extra olive oil on there and make it a little extra so it doesn't stick quite so bad. And get your baking dish all ready. I sprayed it with a little bit of a tiny bit of Pam so that my pork chops don't stick. And arrange them so they're nice and flat so they can both equally get some of the glaze on all parts of it. So I got my glaze. You can figure out how to get it on there. I was going to use the measuring cup, but go ahead and just pour it on there. You could probably also use a ladle. Get creative, do whatever you need to do to get that on there. And just as evenly as you can. spread it out between the 2 or 3 pork chops, whatever you got. And I was just kind of spreading it all around, trying to get it on as many places as I can. Okay, so we're gonna put those pork chops in a 400-degree preheated oven until the internal temp is about 145 degrees. So you'll have to check them every so often. And also for side dish, we're gonna make smashed potatoes. So I bought tiny baby yellow potatoes. We're going to put them in some water, bring them to boil. Takes about 30 minutes to do that. So while that's cooking, go ahead and I'm gonna make a little glaze for this. So 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. They need to be melted, so I did that in the microwave. And while they're doing that, we're gonna get our garlic ready. And it's about 3 to 4. Just, you know, if you want it heavier on the garlic, use the 4. Less if you want to go a little bit later. But again, I just cut the ends off and peel the skin right off because we don't want that. And it presses in my little garlic press. So we'll move all that aside, get the butter out, stir that up so it's fully melted. And if you need to put it in the microwave a little bit longer, we can, but everything melted pretty good, but I felt that I need to put it in for a couple more minutes. So we'll do that. About maybe 30 more seconds. Probably a minute would be too much, so we'll go with 30 seconds. There we go, that looks much, much better. We could actually work with that. All right, I gotta get my garlic press, get that all ready. Whoa, I missed, that happens. Story of my life, always dropping things. But no harm done. We'll put them in the garlic press, give them a little squeeze, and get all that nice garlic right in that butter. And again, salt and pepper to taste. Give that a good stir. And if you want a little bit more of this garlic butter, go ahead. You can add another tablespoon of butter. Again, total preference thing. And you don't have to follow directions to a T. You can learn to adapt them, and don't be afraid. Just do what you like according to your taste. So I prepped a baking sheet, a little bit of Pam again, and go ahead and give a light press with a potato masher. You could probably use a cup, anything that's a little bit hard where you can press and it will smash the potatoes. And just make sure you leave enough room so that they all have a little space to be smashed. And I think that we have all our potatoes smashed. One last little mix of our garlic mixture. And again, I'm looking for my ladle. Who knows where I put it? And sprinkle a little bit on each one. Again, to your taste, if you like a heavier garlic potato, go ahead and put some more on there. If you like it a little bit on the lighter side. All right, bake that for about 30 minutes or so. And there you have it. We're going to have our pork chops, smashed potatoes, and frozen corn that I microwaved.